Jesus set it up. You know, this is the person he loved most on the planet.
Where is that in the Bible? That this is who, you know, this Mother Mary stuff, it borders, the more I see this stuff, the more, because of the obsession with it, the more I see the perversion in it. It's almost as it was, and God forgive me, because God knows my heart, he knows it, but at least what they're doing is it's almost like they try to make it an incestuous relationship. I'm sure other people have gotten that feeling before, because I know it's not the first time. Nobody ever says it, but that seems like what they do. Really. I mean, really who they worship is Mary, okay? It's been pagan from the beginning, but everything he says in this video is wrong. From nowhere in the Bible does, that was the woman he loved the most. Like, what? It was the woman. I mean, I think God this is why God didn't have a bunch of writings about Jesus's early life, because he was just, because again, Mary was the surrogate. She wasn't even biologically his mother. She couldn't have been, because of the inherited nature of sin. So she was the surrogate. Was God pleased with her? Yes. She said she would be his servant. She considered herself a handmaid. She never said to bless her. She said that she's blessed, but she's blessed because God picked her. He could have picked somebody else. So see how they've twisted it so much. But then they go, it's into this perversion place. The obsession with it, the constant, we have to title her a certain way. And in every country, it's a little different. And I really think it's obvious. This is the Philippines. It's the sun. It's a pagan religion, okay? I mean, that's what the Catholic Church is. They were introduced to Catholicism way back when through Spain. After, of course, the Catholic Church conquered Spain, the Roman Empire. But look at, like on her, they have Jesus. But look at this. This is ridiculous. But it's in the stained glass. That's the sun. You could see how it's the sun. It's going up into the rays. But the obsession that they have with her, and the obsession is because it's pagan, but the Vatican and its need, now they're changing her title to the Mother of the Faithful, and it's like, yeah, God wanted none of this, but they don't honor Jesus. So this guy goes on, earlier in this clip, this priest says that, yeah, people say you can go straight to Jesus, but without going through Mary, it'll take longer. It's like, that's nowhere in Scripture. Nowhere. They are blasphemous. How this has been allowed to, well, God said it would happen. The whole world would be deceived. And this is just a zoomed out. You can see that's who they worship. And Catholics think they're Christian because they're told it's about Christ. It has nothing to do with Christ. Nothing. It never has. They have an obsession with their son worshiping. They have an obsession with their lady worshiping. And they have some perverted desire to become so obsessed with Jesus and Mary that they border on an incestuous thing. I know I'm not the only one that's thought that, because of that church's obsession with it. I mean, they're kneeling. This is some feast that's just for Mary. I think it's in India. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can go and look it up. This is what, I mean, that's what they're doing. They're kneeling. So to say that, I mean, God made it clear in the Old Testament, don't make carved images. He didn't even want them of himself. So when you make the carved image and you want to say, yeah, but Mary's holding Jesus. Yeah, but God said no images of him either. So then when you do this, okay, see he has the bread there. There's Mary, and everybody would say, yeah, but she's holding Jesus, the God. And yeah, but God said make no images of him. I mean, it's very simple. It's what he says. I mean, you either want to follow his rules or you don't. I mean, I get we all break them, but come on. So listen to me. When Jesus says you've taken food, you've eaten food that was sacrificed to idols, do you not see what they're doing? That's what they're doing. Taking food that was sacrificed to idols. People can either stay in their ego and refuse to see, or they can ask God to humble their hearts so that they can begin to open their eyes and have the scales removed. Look at but see who's at the top? Jesus said many would come in his name, and they would be great, great deceivers. And they're the biggest Christian church that sacrifices food to idols. Now you'd say, but this isn't a sacrifice. It's the whole ritual of it. This goes back to Exodus. It all makes sense to me more and more every day how astray everything is, because this is why God made it very clear. I mean, he couldn't have been more specific. Make no idols of anything on earth. Make no idols of him. Make no idols of anything below the earth or above the earth. Make no idols. They're everywhere. So then when they're doing this ritual, because this is the Latin Mass faces the idol, then they're sacrificing. It's food sacrificed to idols. You can either stay in your ego or pray God takes the scales off of your eyes so that you can see how the whole world's been led by the beast.